Hi kids, welcome to Terry on Tuesday. As you can see, it's not Tuesday, it's Monday night and it's ridiculously dark. I didn't want to spend most of Tuesday putting together a video so you get it sort of late on Tuesday night. I thought I'll try and do something now. And as I said on Facebook earlier, the next couple of videos that I'm doing for the next couple of weeks are going to be the mad rush and final getting everything together and assembly for my Marvin costume, which I want to wear for occasional periods of time while I'm hosting the Cardiff International Tattoo Convention this year, which is taking place on the 24th of July, 24th and 25th of July in Cardiff, if it goes ahead. I've got to assume for now that it is going ahead, and as such I've got to get this costume made. The theme for the convention is cosmic, all things cosmic. Last year was aquatic. I didn't do Jack Sparrow that year. That was the first year I decided not to do Jack Sparrow, but Jack did make a little appearance there. I no longer have the Jack Sparrow costume, so I'll be hosting it as myself in a suitably wacky suit with stars and planets and stuff on it. But occasionally I'll be jumping into the Marvin suit, if he's ready, to go around and entertain the public. So this video is kind of an introduction as to the entire state of the suit, what's been made, what hasn't been made, and what I need to do. So it's going to be a bit talky and a bit graphic-y and not much video footage, to be honest, just graphics. But bear with me and we'll shoot some stuff in the week, and you'll get to see some actually photos and some video of what I've done and what I'm doing. If you haven't seen my Marvin video from last week, go check that out, because I laid everything out in the room and talked my way through the entire thing, so you can see the pieces in real life, what's there, what's not there, what needs to be done, etc. But this is going to be a graphic representation of my progress so far, and next week we'll see if we got any further. So without any further ado, let's cut to the graphics, and here's what we've done. Okay, so here is Marvin as he should look when he's all nicely done and finished. But we have not too long to go, and so let's go through all the parts and how he should look. I've decided to adopt a traffic light system: red, amber and green. Red being parts that are not made, currently on stop or whatever you want to call it. Amber on parts that are in progress, and green for parts that are finished. Ideally we'd have a completely green Marvin here, but let's see where we are so far. Okay, to tell the truth, Marvin is completely in amber apart from the following bits. Here in red you can see his thighs and ankles have not been made at all. They do exist in the form of rough CG models that I've been looking at 3D printing. I think I would rather have done the thighs and the shins in vac forming, but the shins are now done in 3D printing. I did those, and the thighs are modeled and the ankles are modeled, but I haven't started printing them, mainly because I wanted to get the skirt in so I could just double check all the sizes, etc. There's no point in spending days getting the thighs and ankles printed only to find out that nothing fits together. Let's go from the head all the way down to the feet, and I'll talk about what is in progress and what we need to get and what we need to finish. So let's start with the head. The finished head, it's currently away being painted, and I'm told it's in the primer stage, so it's probably looking good. I will try and get a picture for that next week. I have the perspex for the eyes, the orange perspex. I've got the lights for the eyes. I've got the you can see the little dots above and below his eyes. There are chrome flat caps. I've got those. I've got the mesh for the mouth, and the clear plastic to go over the mesh for the mouth. So the head is almost there. I've got the turntable for the neck. You see the sort of chrome cylinder for the neck. I don't think I have one of those. The head, as I recall, has just got the square mounting, just you can see just under the chin, but it doesn't have the chrome cylinder, which will be 3D printed and covered in chrome tape, and that will connect to the turntable, the Lazy Susan for the neck. Just on top of the torso, in between the chrome cylinder and the top surface of the torso, is a sheet of black rubber matting. I haven't got any of that. Rubber matting shows up in a number of areas on Marvin, and mostly on the sort of bottom half, and we'll get to that. Okay, so let's look at the torso. You may remember that I originally made the torso out of an MDF box. At the last minute, I've decided to try and do away with that and get something lighter, because I'll be carrying the weight of all of Marvin's top half on my shoulders. So I toyed with the idea of getting a plastic box made up. I emailed a company that said they could make it, and they never got back to me. So I looked around and I found a fiberglass pot plant, a planter, which is the right size, 350mm square, and it's actually longer than it needs to be, but I'm going to get that cut down. So that's been ordered and paid for. That's going to my friend Mark, who's going to shorten it by cutting it to the right length and making the holes for the head and the arms. So that should be just as strong but a lot lighter. The front ribbed panels on the chest and back are vac formed, they're done. The chest unit is, I would say, one of the almost completely finished parts, because that's all been painted now and drilled ready for lighting. So that's pretty much ready to go. The little parts either side, little bits with the 6 holes either side of the chest unit, they're pretty good, they're all ready. I think I might actually trim them a little smaller, but other than that they're good. The chrome circles, much like the one that the head is sitting on, the chrome mountings that the arms are mounted on, I've got those printed out. I've got a feeling they might have to be bigger, I'm not sure yet, but I've got the Lazy Susans for those. The upper arms are both 3D printed and joined together. It needs a lot of filling and sanding. The filling is underway, the sanding will be happening very soon. The outer side of the arms, as you can see down the one arm there are some white shapes, and basically they are at the top of the upper arm. There are supposed to be 2 squares and a rectangle of ribbed aluminium, which I can't find at the moment, so I might have to 3D print something similar. The piece from the elbow joint down to the forearm is actually a piece of aluminium bar which is bolted on to help hinge it. On the front of the forearm you can see little rectangles of more ribbed aluminium. The hands are pretty much all here 3D printed, they just need some smoothing out and some assembly and obviously painting. The skirt is with me now in well, it was in 4 quarters, now it's in 2 because I've joined them front to back. They just need a lot more filling and sanding and the final assembly once the torso comes to me. And as you can see on the skirt there, the front of it and bending around to the sides a little bit is bolted on. There's this strip of more ribbed aluminium, which again I can't find at the moment. I may have to find some online. I think you can get it online, but finding it the right size is very difficult because it only comes in small pieces. Okay, so going down, just a little thing, as you can see right in between the hand and the skirt, you can see another black area. That's more ribbed rubber matting. Now the thighs, if you look at the outside of the thighs, they have aluminium bar on them to join them together and to give them a little bit of structure. The thighs, like I said, still need to be finalized size wise and then printed, which I'm hoping to do in the next week or so. The shins have been done. as I said in my other video before, I'm worried that the shins may be a little bit too big. They're very spacious at the moment, but they do need to fit within the thighs, and the thighs need to fit within the skirt. As you can see, it all sort of gets smaller as you go down. Same with the ankles. I have designed the ankles in Tinkercad to fit in the shins that were also made in Tinkercad, so I know they'll fit. I've got to get around to printing those out. They're probably going to be done in halves as well. Then it's going to be the sanding and painting as usual. On the front of each foot you can see a square of black ribbed rubber again, and the feet are very close to completion. I printed the feet in two sections each, front and back, glued them together, put some filler on them, and then handed them over to my mate Steve, who's basically a genius at filling and sanding things. He's done an amazing job. I've supplied the resin, etc., and filler, and he's been working like a crazy person, and I will put up some pictures so you can see exactly how well the feet are coming along. Now the shins are going off to a friend of mine, Curtis, who has offered to help me speed up with this. While I'm working on the arms, he's going to be doing what he can to finish off the shins, and essentially it's a case of throwing filler on and sanding it. I don't need it to be 100% perfect, just a little smoother and ready for paint, so Curtis is going to be doing that. I've ordered the lighting kit, so we've got at the moment 25 LEDs I think for the chest unit, but it also goes up to I think there may be a separate piece. I can't remember if I'm doing a separate piece for the eyes, a separate circuit for the eyes, and there'll be a number of yellow LEDs in the eyes as well, but those are all paid for and assembled by Tiderium Models, so thank you to Warren for that, and they're in the post on the way to me. Also hidden within the chest will be the tramp kit, the Trooper amp kit from Paul, who has put together this amazing sound kit for me, and I'll be making sure that I'll do a demo of that so you can see how it all hopefully works out. It needs to go, the wires with the buttons that fire off the sounds need to go down into the arm so I can operate them with my hands, because once I'm in the suit I can't reach into the body, I'm locked into the thing. So that's about it for Marvin at the moment. As you will see, almost everything is in progress. Very few things are actually finished, but it's all moving along quite nicely. There are, like I say, there is very few pieces that aren't made at all, mainly the ankles and the thighs. I've got to buy a few little bits, aluminium plate, ribbed black rubber, probably a lot more silver paint, and a couple of fasteners, bolts, etc., but nothing major. So that's all for this week. I know it's been a little bit of a boring video to watch me talking over graphics, but hopefully in the next 7 days I will have some more photos and some more updates and some video perhaps of the pieces as they look, and hopefully some progress from where they are from this week to next week. As I say, I really hope that this is going to go ahead for the Cardiff Tattoo Con on the weekend of the 24th and 25th of July this year, because this is the main reason for making Marvin. I mean, I've always wanted Marvin since I was a teenager, but I can't think of a better place to showcase him than at this sci-fi themed Tattoo Con this year. So anyway, thanks for watching. Again, apologies if this kind of video is boring to you or whatever, but I know there are the few people who do comment on my videos are in full support, so thanks guys. Also, big shout out quickly to the people who are helping me get Marvin together in time. And yes, we will tune in next week and hopefully have some more to show you. So thanks for that. Keep it here. Like and subscribe. Leave comments if you like. All that kind of malarkey. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Take care now. Bye bye then.